Hi, and welcome to another episode of Matka Chai. And today we have with us shortly Dhirendra Das, who is one of the younger generation brilliant music composer, music director. And we will learn a lot from him while he joins. Here is a peek into the finer side.
Wonderful to see this venue come alive. The sound was great, acoustics were great. Thanks a lot to the finer side.
I mean, what can I say about this place? It's such an inspiration for all artists like me, and I feel like coming and again and performing here.
ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್, ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ವೈಬ್, ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಈ ಜಾಗ ಈ ತರ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಬೆಳಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಆಶಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
ಬಹಳ ದಿನಗಳಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ ಜಾಗದ ಹೆಸರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ದಿ ಫೈನರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗನ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
This beautiful auditorium, it's very inspiring to see how it has been designed for the sake of arts.
ಚಿತ್ರ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ ಕಟ್ಟು ಬಂಗಾರ ಬಣ್ಣದ ರೂಪ ಚಿನ್ನ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ ಸೇರ್ಕಂಡಾಗೆ ನನ್ಗಂಗೆ
बहता है मन कहीं कहाँ जानती नहीं बहता है मन कहीं यूं ही बरस बरस कहीं घटा बरसे हम यार भीग जाए इस चाहत की बारिश में रिम झिम गिरे सावन सुलग सुलग जाए मन भीगे आज इस मौसम में लगी कैसी
Hi everyone, it was a lovely music evening and I thoroughly enjoyed and I am looking forward for many such lovely programs. Thanks to TFS and I'm hoping to be coming here again and again.
Okay, and welcome to another episode of Matka Chai, and we have with us Dhirendra Das. Welcome to the 46th episode to the final side.
Hello, sir. Congratulations on having so many episodes already. I keep getting your WhatsApp messages, and then by the time we notice it's your 46th episode. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, pandemic has pulled all of us to 46 weeks now, technically.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
we started when we went on the lockdown and said, okay, let's keep doing something happening. So this is nice, and we are so happy to have you, the younger lot
pleasure.
here. Yeah, which is what I introduce as saying you're one of the younger generation music directors because we've been listening to a lot of music most of the times, and uh, there is so much that one can do. Uh, Somewhere in the mind, you tend to repeat, copy, or pull off something, but doing something completely new, creating a new music for itself is amazing. So we'll come to that part later, much later. So very
Sure.
happy to have you, and we will address you as DOS mode, which is what you like to be called now. So
Yeah.
yes,
DOSSMODE is basically my stage name. That's
stage name.
what-
Yeah. So tell us a little more about yourself, schooling, college, profession before music.
Before music, I was just another Jainagar
No, no.
kid.
Start from school. ಯಾವ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಂದ
School,
ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಾ
Allinda. Okay, fine. So I did my schooling in Sri Aurobindo Memorial School, second stage, Banshankari. I was an okay student, not bad. I got my, I nearly got my 90% in 10th grade, and after that, I haven't got any of those kind of grades ever in my life. That was the last
that
time
is
I
good.
studied
Yeah.
like a studious kid. That was it.
Okay. Then after
Then
Aurobindo.
after that, I did my college in National College Janagar, PUC. Beyond that, I did my engineering in JSS ATE and my final year in Dayanand Sagar College.
What branch of
That's
engineering?
instrumentation technology.
Instrumentation.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But
exciting.
actually,
Yeah.
I
I
was
also
really
studied
not
in national.
into. I was not into. I mean, it turns out that engineering was not my thing at all. But yeah, I did just manage to get through it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, we all have done something similar. So I was in National College
Yeah.
Janaga, and then before that I had joined Dayanand Saga for engineering. I just knew that it is not my cup of tea and came to National College for my BA. So
Right. Right.
definitely, we all do experiments.
Yeah.
So did you pursue anything after engineering?
No, in fact, I didn't even sit for placements after engineering.
Okay,
My music career pretty much took off within, I mean, it started off in a proper way for me within the first year of engineering itself.
okay.
The first job I got as a professional musician was through Vasundhara Das, the singer.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
she hired me as her keyboardist, and she also gave me opportunities to, arrange and program music for various projects of hers. And then on, I got into more live performance oriented projects, which one of them being my own, which is live band. We still perform today, mainly as a corporate band. And then music production took off into, one person hears, I mean, by word of mouth. That's where the music production thing started off for me. And my first feature film was Putta Tirigisi Nodi in
Put
2016.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So how was that experience?
That experience, honestly, has been my best experience so far. Uh, I mean, I coming as a newcomer into the music, the film music scene. The director still gave me a completely free hand to do whatever I wanted. That was great, the director giving a newcomer just do what you want. Nobody usually says that. They say, I want this, that, and you have to make exactly things in this certain manner. But my director Sunil Raghavendra, he trusted my instinct completely. And the good part about that project was my music too was recognized at par, or with all the new music directors who just made their mark at that point of time.
Yeah. So this was which year?
This was 2016.
2016. Okay. I have a lot of questions when it comes to music itself, but that we
Surely.
will do later. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ I'm also a layman. When I go into a music studio and I see so many machines and so many knobs, I'm like, yeah, guru ishton ತಿರುಗಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. But yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of
ಇವಾಗ ಯಾರು ಏನು ತಿರ್ಗ್ಸಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೌಸ್ ಬಟನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಗೋದು
ಎಲ್ಲ mouse button
ನಮ್
ಅಲ್ಲೇ.
ನ್ಯೂ ಏಜ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ.
Yeah, so we will talk about that journey of how music has changed from
Sure.
the full set of recording to click of a
Yeah.
mouse. But yeah, uh, your stage shows. Let's talk a little bit about your performances that you used to do, your live gigs. There's so
Okay.
much energy in that, Alma. Audience, people,
Yes.
stage. Yeah,
There's a lot of energy, and especially with what we do as live band, that concept was actually quite a joke for us. It started off as a joke.
oh,
So the point of live band, the name live band, in fact, came about during the time where live music was getting banned
band.
randomly in Bangalore.
Yeah, Yeah.
Remember, they would just say, oh, they would equate, performance venues and pubs where,
Dance bars. Yeah.
yeah, it was considered as dance bars, and they were just banning. Can you just give me 1 second,
Yeah,
please?
yeah.
I'll be
Please
back.
open the door.
Just one
Yeah, yeah.
second.
Open the door. Open the door. So, friends, all of you who are watching here, please do comment. Please do say hi to DOSSMODE. And if you have any questions, if you want to ask anything to him, please feel free. For me, I would like to learn more about what music is all about, how people see and view music. So, if you're all listening, watching, please put your comments. I'll pop it up on the screen so DOSSMODE can give us some answers. So we have viewers in YouTube and viewers on Facebook. So just
Nice.
requesting that any questions that they can put up or even just say hi. It will be
Great.
nice
I
to
mean,
pop it up.
unfortunately, I can't see anything here.
I will pop it up.
Be relying on you on for that.
Yeah, yeah, I will make sure it comes to you. So yeah, so you were telling us about that particular live band.
Yeah, so that's how the name of live band came into being. It was a pun. Like
So it
I
was
mean, everybody would keep
BANNED.
equating. Yeah, we made it BANNED because
Okay.
live music is band, and we are a band, live band. So that was the pun. But more importantly, the concept of the band, the kind of music we used to play, consisted of two things. One was we take very popular but rather cheesy songs which we knew. We all grew up listening to these things. Like it could be a Himesh Reshmiya song or any of that,
Yeah.
and then remix it with the biggest rock and metal songs which we also grew up listening to, like Iron Maiden and things like that. So it was like, what do you say? It was like eating masrana with tomato ketchup and
Burger.
jam.
Yeah.
That was our
Okay.
concept. And we knew that either it's going to be a great hit or a huge flop, one of the two, but
Yeah.
we were willing to take the chance. And mind you, we were still college kids. We didn't have this
Yeah.
whole commercial angle, none of that in our minds when we started. So we just wanted to have fun. So we started playing this, and it became a raging hit for us. So once this traction happened for us and our name was out, we got into making originals. So so for us, the originals also had to be a strong concept driven thing. We wanted all our originals to be satire. So the most famous song till our most famous original song till date is called the Auto Tune.
Okay.
Back in the day when auto drivers were not as friendly as they are today. So
Okay.
it's a complete rant about them and all the problems which the Bangaloreans go through with auto drivers back then. It's still on YouTube, and back in the day, 50,000 views was a humongous number for us.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
so that
actually
is the kind
searching
of.
for
We
it.
in fact have an album called "If You Park Here, Your Tire Will Be Air Out," and that album has about eight. I've forgotten. About 8 or 9 songs, and each one is a satire on a topic which we take really for granted, but it's actually a problem. And
You have yeah. I have been watching some of the songs and one something in the mountains that you did was very interesting.
that was an original which I did for myself. That is not
Huh.
a part of live band.
Huh.
So this is actually got to do with what DOS mode actually was supposed to be.
Okay.
So DOS mode was originally a name I had kept for an electronic music project which I wanted to do. It
Okay.
is a solo project.
Hmm.
So the USP of that was I would be performing live electronic music with, unlike a DJ. It is a solo act, but I'm not using any pre-recorded material. I'm not live looping, nothing. You'll see me with one keyboard, and on that keyboard, I'm playing drum parts, keyboard parts, other instruments, everything 100% live.
Yeah.
So this was a huge challenge for me, as it was a personal challenge for me, and which I wanted to showcase. And the mountains video you're talking about is a song called Pia Sang.
Yeah.
Pia Sang is actually a very old tune. It's ancient. It's on Rag Malkons. So I took that tune and arranged it the way you hear it in that video. So that video, if you see Pia Sung by DOSSMODE, all the music you hear there is actually 100% live. So just the way I described it right now, I perform that 100% live on the
Here
keyboard.
it is for you.
Yes.
पिया संगलर पछतानी मतो पिया संगलर पछतानी
Yeah, that's just a dose of the music. Just to see your keyboard, I love the yellow keys on it.
Oh yeah, please don't ask me how I made that into yellow.
I'm sure
You'll
you'll
be
have an
shocked.
interesting story. Yeah.
It's not so interesting as you'll be like, oh my god, that's what you did, kind of a thing.
Oh, coffee
I
chalita.
just went to JC Road, the same car stickers which they use on the lineup, the taxi drivers,
yeah.
their reflectors. That's pretty much that material. That's it.
But it looks very intriguing, very nice, and very funky.
Yeah, the reason I picked that material is it reflects light, right? So it looks great on
Radium, yeah.
stage. So they already light up the stage, and when they light up the stage, this thing has a unique glow to it, which is
Good
something
effect.
I like.
Yeah, very good effect. Very good effect. So there was another one which I really liked. I think that also is DOSSMODE. Yo Swami.
Go Swami, yes.
Yeah,
Go Swami.
Yeah, Go Swami.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, because it's very interesting, because it's more, the visuals were very catchy.
Yeah. So the visuals happened in a very interesting way. There's the person who animated that video. His name is Praveen Booth Brown. He's a very talented animator who specializes in that particular style of animation you see. It's all hand drawn, like what we grew up watching as kids on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
That style of animation.
Yeah.
So he approached me. He's like, "Hey, are you doing anything new? I want to make an animation for your video." I was like, "Okay, great." I mean, nobody's asked me something like this before. I've never even thought of having an animated video. And parallelly, I was, again, coming back to DOSSMODE, I was working on these originals which I wanted to put up. So I thought, why not make this song into an animation? This song was basically, I mean, it's again, I'm going back to my satire approach on that song. And I also tried Hindi for the first time. So the whole thing was about how news channels have become so loud nowadays. It's no more, gone are the days of a respectful conversation.
Yeah.
So
fighting.
That was the thing, and the satire behind that is the audience is cheering the news anchor to do this more. Therefore, the lyric is "Go, go, go, oh Swami."
Yeah. So pepping
So
him
that
up
was
to
the main
continue.
concept of this track.
Yeah. So we'll watch that. Just
Yeah, sure.
Breaking news banana hai, simply sure machana hai, issue wahi purana hai, panel ko chup karana hai, ruling raja ya koi rani, squeezing janta like lime pani, fikar kare why Swami, 24/7 yahi kahani. Swami, 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 Gataradu Manmani. Go, 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 Swami. Go, 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 Swami. Go, 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 Swami. Swami, go Swami, go, 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 Swami, go, 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 Swami, go, 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 go.
Yep. We'll leave it to the viewers to go to YouTube and watch
Yeah,
these, and but it's just a taste of what you've done. It's very interesting. The cartoons, the animation was brilliant. But what I
yeah,
also thought was very nice, the lyrics.
right.
It, it was very apt, very interesting, and it gave the pun very well.
So
Tell us
the
about that.
person who wrote the lyrics is someone you know very well, Aarti Shetty.
Yeah, Arti, yes, yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So I had this. It was through these projects that I met Aarti for the first time. Aarti and my sister were colleagues previously in the ad agencies that we used to work
Ad
in.
agency, yeah.
So my sister introduced me to Aarti as a lyricist, and I wanted to put out more songs. And Aarti writes really well in English, Kannada, as well as Hindi.
Yeah.
So I kind of that interested. It got me really keen to work with her. And then
No,
we
but it's
went
very
about
interesting.
doing
Yeah.
several ad jingles after.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. But yeah, we will come to looking forward projects, and there Arti will come back again in topic.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So uh, then you move these kind of songs, these kind of the music itself. Uh, you use a lot of Indian instruments on your systems.
Uh, I actually don't have any restrictions of what kind of instrument I'd like to use. Yes, I do have access to whatever instruments I want to use. But for
Yeah.
me, I tend not to use the sounding of an instrument in its natural form.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
I like to
that
twist
is
it around.
yeah,
Yeah,
that we can
I
hear
like
in
to
the
twist it around,
music.
make it sound like things which it doesn't naturally sound like. And to me, that sounds
Yeah, keep
interesting.
guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep guessing. So the one
keep
more
guessing.
very interesting track is for the web series Joshi Le, the title track. It's called Don't Stop. There I got Varejashri Venugopal to play the flute,
Yeah.
but it doesn't sound just like a flute. It is it is flute treated in treated as if Jimi Hendrix was playing the flute.
Oh wow.
So there's a
Brilliant.
distortion, there's a guitar amp, and there's a wah pedal. All these things are going on. So you could check it out if you like.
Is it there?
It's called Don't Stop, or sorry, it's called Agalla Madal.
Huh?
Joshi Le Agalla
Ah,
Madala. It's the
ah,
song where we had Chandan Shetty perform.
yeah, got it.
So if you want to listen to that part of the song, you can go exactly in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, we'll skip it and reach there after the ads finish.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about the song till it comes.
So this song is one of several songs which we made for a web series called Joshi Le, which was directed by Vinayak Joshi. I made all the songs and the background score, and this was at a point of time where web series were not yet a thing. We were still trying to establish the concept of web series to the Kannada audience. So I think this
Yeah,
was probably just the second or third web series which had been released. And this was the first web series which was kind of made in a documentary format. It wasn't scripted.
correct.
Whatever you
Yeah,
see over
I've
there
seen a couple
consists
of
of
you. Yeah,
real people and real stories.
real
And the music
interviews kind of.
thing for me was to stay completely in my zone of sounding, but yet push up the motivational level of the entire episodes through the music.
Yeah, I'm
And we
playing that
spent a
now.
good deal of time and effort making the music for this web series. Little more in the middle. Yeah. Right after that.
Right after that,
Yeah, yeah.
you have to tell me where, because this is.
Yeah. Hit play. Yeah. Right after this part, it's going to come. Now.
Wow. Nice, interesting, very interesting. ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. There are friends who are here. There is a question for you. Yes.
Okay. Which artist would you consider my inspiration? Ah, that's a okay. This is a tricky question, honestly, for me, because I am somebody who listens to everything. I don't have any. Of course, I grew up listening to certain genres of music, but now I listen to everything with equal attention, and I don't have any particular style of music or any particular artist who I keenly follow. There are some songs I like and some songs I don't like. But speaking of inspiration, for me, I find inspiration in things that happen around me, not so much through music directly for me. Because for me, at least for me, the way I make music is kind of a reflection of my state of mind, the way I'm feeling at that point of time. So what's happening around me inspires me to make whatever music you hear. So it's my surroundings. It's probably this interview we're having right now, which will inspire me to do something else. It's this conversation, or just meeting somebody else, or probably even doing nothing. A feeling of nothingness is also a source of inspiration for me, in a
Interesting.
musical sense, of course.
But okay, I'm going to twist the same question and still get a name out of you. So
Sure.
when you were growing up, and when we were listening to music, so for me it was Kishore Kumar, and for me it was
Right.
people like that, which we would attach ourselves and say, no, I'll come after this song. Or if you're driving somewhere, you have a particular CD. Now you don't need a CD, you have Spotify. But yeah,
Right.
you have a cassette player, CD, which we all used to use, and we used to have carry a certain genre of music. In
Right.
that method, which particular artist would you carry?
Again, like it's based on the state of my mind. Like I usually drive around a lot.
So let's say
Especially
you're
if I have
driving
to
in
travel
Coorg.
anywhere in south of India, I usually prefer taking my car. I avoid
Yeah.
flights or train as much as possible, simply because I love driving. So I just load up my playlist just instantly based on that moment what I feel like. It could range anywhere from 90s or 80s heavy metal, or it could be something like some Hindustani classical stuff,
Okay.
anything. And sometimes I find artists who very underground artists who play around with these genres. I don't even remember their names. That's how underground they are. But they just randomly pop up, and I'm like, hey, this is brilliant stuff. So Talveen Singh is one of them. Like he's famous for how he has taken the tabla and put it in an electronic music genre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, these kind
Interesting.
of things.
Interesting.
So it's I like I said. Oh yeah, recently I started following this band called The Who, as in not WHO, HU. They are a
HU.
Mongolian band. Yeah.
Okay.
So they have taken Mongolian throat singing and their traditional instruments, presented it in a rock and roll in a very rock and roll fashion. I found it very interesting.
Very interesting. We
Yeah,
will also check it out, definitely. Yeah.
yeah,
So
definitely.
now is my technical questions in terms of how layman have to understand a music director. Okay.
Right,
We all watch films, we all watch web series, ads, and everything. So each one has a
okay,
different time frame. Each one has a different time frame to tell a story. So an ad
right,
has probably 15 seconds, 20 seconds, while a short film has about 15, 20 minutes, and then each area has a different time span. When it comes to
right,
you and when people come to you with a project, uh,
right.
do they give you what they want exactly, or they let you do what you want by giving a
So it's
storyline?
always been an equal mix of the kind of people coming with their briefings for me. There are a bunch of clients who completely trust my instinct. They say, "Listen, this is the mood of the scene. You do what you want. You decide what genre of music you want to make, whatever it is." Then there are some who come with a very, very specific requirement, saying that this is exactly what I want. Make sure you're not copying my reference tune and make something fresh out of it.
Okay.
And then there's a third kind who are like, I like something like this. See if you want to do something around the space and make it your own thing. So in all the three cases, I make sure that whatever I put out is completely original to me. So the
Original.
only information I extract from the people who are saying this is exactly what I want, this is the kind of tune, is what mood is that reference music making to the scene. So the only
Okay.
thing I replicate is the mood, not the music. And I strongly tell myself to do that. One, because I don't like the concept of copying for myself. I'm not
Yeah.
talking whether I'm not having a discussion whether copying is right or wrong.
No, no, no. We'll
I
not
don't
get there.
like to copy.
Yeah, we'll not
I
get
don't
there.
like to copy. I believe I exist because of what original work I can make.
Yeah.
And every time, no matter how much I grow in my career, every project I take is always a new learning, a new challenge, and a new opportunity for me to do something new. And I like to evolve from where I was and where I will want to be.
Yeah.
So I'd always
Absolutely.
go for original.
So my question again is, ಇವಾಗ background music ಅಂತಾರೆ and song music ಅಂತಾರೆ.
Howdo.
Uh, how, in your mind, how do you differentiate this? Is there a pattern, or is there a formula, or is there something which you will have to get involved into seeing what they're doing and then bring it up?
So there is, according to me, a certain amount of difference, but it's not what do you say, poles apart. The only slight difference is that in a background score, I believe the music, whatever we make, has to do two jobs. One is clearly convey the mood which the scene wants to convey.
Correct.
Two, decide whether the music is going to overpower the scene or underplay. And
Okay.
that's a game we have to continuously keep playing.
Yeah.
So these are the two dimensions in which we have to work on in a background score. But when it's a song, the things we need to take into consideration is the song has to exist without a scene.
Without a
So
scene.
if
Oh, yeah.
somebody is hearing the
Yeah.
song, they need to like the song as is
Okay.
without
And
having see a
so that's
music
got
clip.
nothing to do with imagining the scene. It could
I'll
just be a
come to
song.
that. The
Okay.
first intention in a song is the song must work on its own.
Hmm.
And in a film, the song must support the visuals also. So the song has to be a product of its own as well as a product which is really well inside a film too.
I
Both
have
have to
one
go on.
song to play for you
Sure.
from your upcoming film, which
Okay.
is you will have to talk and tell all our viewers when to go watch, what to do
I
towards
will
the
do that.
end. But yeah, now we will just see this.
ಜೋರು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಾತು ಜಾರಿ ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಸಾಲು ಸಾಲಾಗಿ ಸೇರಿ ಕಾವ್ಯ ಆಗೋಯ್ತಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯು ಸೋಕಿದಾಗ ಸೋಲಿನ ಕಹಿ ನೋವೆಲ್ಲ ಚೂರು ಚೂರಾಗಿ ಗಾಳಿಲಿ ತೇಲಿ ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಜೋರು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಾತು ಜಾರಿ ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಸಾಲು ಸಾಲಾಗಿ ಸೇರಿ ಕಾವ್ಯ ಆಗೋಯ್ತಾ
ರಾಶಿ ರಾಶಿ ಚುಕ್ಕಿಯ ದಾಟುವಾಗ ನೆನಪಾಗಿ ನಾವೂನು ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ನಿಲ್ಲುತ್ತಾ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಾಕೋಣ ಹಾಡೋಣ ಜೋರು ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಾತು
Lovely. So, the rest of the song in the movie theaters, please. Let's go and watch. Yeah, tell us about the movie. And yes, love Sunil Rao and Varija Sri Venugopal singing. Absolutely, Rupa. Thank you so much for that.
So yeah, this is one of the songs from the film Turtu Nirgamana, which is releasing on 24th June. And for whoever's watching, I urge you not to wait for this film on an OTT and watch it in theaters, simply because this film is a sci-fi fantasy family drama kind of a film. It's a one of a kind mix of genre films, and the way the visual treatment has been done is something you can experience only in a large screen theater. Of course, in OTT, the film will be enjoyable in a different manner, but the wow factor, you're going to completely lose it, even if you have a, I don't know, a 100-inch projector at home. This is something you have to see in the theater, and we've taken a lot of pain to mix the sound, and the score has been extremely meticulously done. I mean, usually I take a score, a film scoring project gets over for me within a month's time. But for Turtu Nirgamana, we have taken a good 5 to 6 months to do this. And a lot of work has gone, not just in the score, in the sound design department, the visuals, the VFX. The film has a lot of VFX, and these VFX are not, artificial. They are made in to blend in very naturally with the environment of the film. So it is a theatrical film.
See, more than whether the 100-inch screen or not, I think
Right.
All of us should go to the theaters as much as possible in the first week when any movie releases, especially the indie films.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ only when the screens see people coming in, they will extend the dates. Otherwise, it will only be blockbusters, mega busters, these 1,000 crore movies which will be run.
See, that is true, but nothing to take away from the blockbuster films. That's fantastic what's happening for
That's
them.
fantastic in it.
What we need to try to achieve as Kannadigas, I believe, is make the movie going culture a strong part of our culture. This is something we see happening in Tamil Nadu and in Andhra Pradesh. There, irrespective of how big the film or how small the film is, and whoever the star is, whether you're a star or not, whatever it is, the first 3 days they are going to give you an honest chance for your film, and people will watch your films in good numbers. And then if your film is not good, well, it the whatever fate it has to meet will be met. But in Karnataka, we are still stuck with trying to get people in the first week of the film.
I know.
The amount of buzz we have to create to lure our Kannada audience into the theaters takes a lot more effort. So by the time people make up their mind to go to a film, it's already the second or third or even fourth week,
Correct.
and it is very tough for any small or even mid-sized film to just survive in the
Yeah.
theaters and be available.
And then you won't find it on Book My Show. It's not there anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going to be there, and then it's a missed opportunity for both the filmmakers and the audience.
Correct. Kashta. Yeah,
Yeah.
what you said is right. We have a very important question which you have to tell us about. Here it is.
Did winning the Mirchi Upcoming Music Director Award this year change anything for me? Of course it
I
is
see the hair is
definitely going
gone.
to change.
The hair is gone. What is there in the poster?
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, when I received the award too, the hair was gone.
The hair was gone. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's changed for me after receiving the award is one, this is the first time I even got an award for the field I am in. So that's a very big thing for me. It's true recognition which I've gotten for my work, and I've been working since 2014. Even though 2016 was my first film, 2014 was when I started working as a music director. So in 2022, I got something for that. That is a big thing for me. Secondly, I think the fact that Mirchi, I mean, a lot of things are happening together at the same time for me this year. So one is, yes, I got the award. Two is, for the first time, I have about 7 film projects lined up for me,
Wow.
apart from the completed projects.
Wonderful.
So that plus this adding up is, I don't know, it's something very, I can't say, I mean, something I'm looking really forward to how this year goes for me. Especially
Yeah.
after the pandemic, where all of us have had taken a beating with respect to our careers.
True.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. I mean, more than anything, the award encourages me to just keep putting out more work.
Agree.
You know?
I agree.
And it's not like I'm chasing recognition or something. What I'm happy at the end of the day is I'm still making music which is completely my expression. I'm not trying to mimic someone, nor am I focused on, what, that song is a hit. Now I need to make a hit song just like that.
Just like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not playing that game. I just want to make what I believe is good music, and the people who believe in me are the ones who give me these opportunities.
So I'm going to ask you one silly question. Any of
Surely.
your directors or producers have come and said, "Can you make a song which will be played in the pubs?
Yeah.
Which will be in the movie, which will be played in the pubs
Yes,
every day?"
yes, yes.
Yeah,
It
you have.
happens, and I honestly don't see anything wrong with that requirement.
No, it's not wrong. I'm asking
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the recall
Yes, I
value they're
do.
looking at. Yeah.
Yes, I do, and I have done that kind of work also. But still, I've done it my way.
Yeah.
So no complaints on those kind of requirements at all.
Yeah. Good.
I've made item songs, hero entry songs, love failure songs, etc., as you'd like to put them.
Yeah.
But I'd still do it my way. And the even more interesting thing I feel is when I do get into a project which is more mass, you might say, in nature. It is a new challenge for me to stay away from what mass films usually give in music.
Hmm.
So I'd love to do that.
Yeah. Challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so challenging. It's not challenging for me because I'm still doing what comes naturally to me.
Hmm.
But doing, like, even Charan Raj, for example, has done that. What he's done in Tagaru and movies like that. Like, look at the title track. What is mass about that music? It became mass because of the the size of that project.
Correct.
And I think that's a great evolution for music itself in Kannada industry.
So there is one upcoming question, but before that comes, I have something that we would like to see from your upcoming movie, our upcoming movie, and
Oh,
hoping that
okay.
we will see this soon.
ಪಾಣಿ ಗ್ರಹಣದ ವೇಳೆ ಅಂತರ್ಪಟದ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾಚಿ ಮುದುಡುವ ಮುಗ್ಧೆ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ತಾಳಿ ಭಾರ ಹೊತ್ತುಕೊಂಡು ನಿನ್ನ ಬೀಜಕ್ಕೆ ಬಸಿರಾಗಿ ಬಾಳ ದೂಡುವ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ನನಗಿಲ್ಲ ಉಸಿರ ತಿಕ್ಕಿಸೋರೆ ನಿಕ್ಕಿ ಅಡುಗೆ ಮನೆಯ ಮೂಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಸಿಯ ಒಳಗೆ ಕರಗುವ ಹೆಣ್ಣಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಚಕ್ರದ ನೋವನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಚಿ ನುಂಗಿ ನಗುತ್ತ ನಿನ್ನ ಪೊರೆವ ಪರಾಶಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನದೇ ಗುರಿ ಇದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಂದೇ ದಾರಿ ಇದೆ ಛಲವಿದೆ ಬಲವಿದೆ ಒಲವಿದೆ So tired see you bye bye.
Yeah, so that's our final tribute to our favorite director, Mr. Ashwin Matthew. If you're watching, thank you for making that movie and thank you for having all of us part of it. Tell us about that song, that movie, the team, little bit.
I'll do that to the best of my efforts because actually there's a lot to say. But
Yeah,
anyway, I'll try to
we
be.
have only 4 minutes.
Got it. Understood. So Aarti Shetty, like I said, she was the one who brought me onto this film, and she told me, "Hey, there's this person, Ashwin. He's made a film. We're looking for a music director. Just meet him." So we had a meeting, and Ashwin also just told me very simply, "Listen, there are these 3 songs I want. Here's the briefing. Here, just look at the visual. This is what it is." And I just told him, "Okay, fine. Let me attack one song at a time." I just gave him the brief idea of what I'll be doing in a musical way, and Ashwin gave me his views also. Like he gave me a very jazzy kind of a song, some of the kind of music he tends to lean towards. I was like, okay, fine. And then I kind of completely deviated away from his briefing and made this song. Uh, and he heard it and he fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And it was because I've made this song, he was confident that I would make the rest of the songs and be the music director of this film. So yeah, we finished making the songs, and Ashwin wanted to bring in gender neutrality into the portrayal of this song because the lyrics written by Karthik Sargur talk about basically a woman's everyday struggle through in the sense of patriarchy and misogyny and all these concepts. But I feel those lyrics were, I mean, for the first time I read those lyrics, I was okay. I need to pull out a dictionary and I need to read this 10 times more to really understand what's going on. But when you do understand the lyrics, it's very, very powerful. Usually, such powerful lyrics are, the music put on them is very
Subtle.
serious and
Serious and subtle and
dramatic and crying and things like that. So we wanted to completely stay away from that for sure, or at least I wanted to stay away from that for sure. So this lyric and whatever scene which Ashwin put into my head, like I told you, I just sat and this is what came out of me at that moment. And yeah, that's how I composed the song. And now talking about the singers, as you can see, there are 2 singers. One is Supriya Ram, and the other person is Sushant Divgekar. So I know Supriya Ram from really long, and I love her voice. Like I've loved everything that she sings, and she was my first go-to person to sing the song. I think she's got the right. I mean, as a Kannada singer, she's got the right power to deliver for this kind of a song, with such a meaning. And for bringing this gender neutrality thing, I suggested to Aarti that I'm in touch with Sushant like quite some time. More so like I mean, his what he does on as a drag queen just randomly popped up on my Instagram feed, and I saw him singing and on all his reality shows and all that he's been part of. The way he switches from male to female voice is phenomenal. So I just messaged him and saying, "Hey, I love your voice. I hope we work someday." And someone with 2 million odd followers on their Instagram and someone who has so much going on in their lives gave me a reply within 5 minutes saying, "Hey, lovely to hear this from you. Looking forward." That's it. And then when this project came out, Aarti was on the lookout for trying to find transgender people who can sing. We were on the lookout. And then I just suggested, "Hey, I can put you across to Sushant, see what happens." That's it. They got in touch, and I think Aarti and Sushant fell in love with each other after that point of time.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the film crew fell in love with Sushant and vice versa after the song recording. And of course, Sushant doesn't know Kannada.
Yeah.
So we had to spend some time on that during the recording, but he got it right. He took the pains to give me 2-3 recording sessions back to back to get it right. And it wasn't just the language we have to do justice to; it is the emotion too. So both were justified, and that's the track you see and hear over here. And also, one thing is, Ashwin, usually as film directors, they don't make music videos for the song, featuring the artists.
Yeah.
So this is one of those few songs where the video is the artists. Of course, there are cuts from the film, but mainly the focus is on the artists, and that is something I really appreciate. The only other film which did this before Ashwin was Turtu Nirgamana. If you can see the videos, we have the artists.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, the other song which we released, Jiva, that too has a choir group of 14 singers.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
And that's also about the artists who performed in that song. In fact, all the songs from Turtu Nirgamana, whatever we're going to put out in the music release, are about the artists. Because in the film, you're going to see it with the film visuals.
Correct. Correct. It's there on YouTube. Friends, please watch.
Yes,
A quick
please do.
question. What type of musician you would like to collaborate in future? All types.
I think I would make that a little more broader. It's not just about what kind of musician I would try to collaborate with, what kind of artist I would like to collaborate. So I believe that any collaboration should be between two people who can't do what each other can do, and they have something very unique of their own. In a small way, I have already done this. He's a very good friend of mine. His name is Kirti Kumar. So with Kirti, I have done several dance productions, music for dance productions. Like they'll be completely 1 hour, 1.5 hour long shows. It's almost like a Broadway. And the amount of music required for that is much grander than any feature film. Because you have to have 90 minutes of non-stop music. And we have time constraints and how much time we have to make the music, all that. But the great thing about working with Kirti is that he's a trained Kathak dancer, Kathak and contemporary dancer, and his rhythm knowledge is next level for me. Like he aces at Konokol and Padant and all these kind of things. And he also does have a fair amount of knowledge of Carnatic music as well as Hindustani music, because they need to know at least that much as professional dancers. So we collaborate on these kind of ideas, and I learn from him, he learns from me. It's a great feeling.
Right.
So these are the kind of people I would like to collaborate with. People where I get to learn something from, and people who are not necessarily in the same space as I am. So probably if it comes to a musician, I would like to collaborate with, I don't know, an Indian classical musician, or it could be someone who is phenomenal in a very, very unique style of Kannada folk music. Things like that. Is that a Dashin?
It's my Shih Tzu. He's
Oh, Shittu, okay.
he only barks for bell ringing.
Right, right.
Yeah, so there is Shama who says, "Love seeing representation and diversity in Kannada music scene." Yes, ma'am, 100%. Okay, this is the final question which all people are asked.
You mean one coming from Duggi's saga? If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
had
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah.
message to give to your fans, what would it be? Ah, nothing. I don't have a message, honestly
Hello,
speaking.
hello. Wait,
Just
I will give
listen
you
to
all
my
the
music
message.
and I
Yeah,
hope you like
exactly.
it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
I
listen
hope
to
you enjoy the
music.
music and yeah, but one thing actually now, actually speaking of a message, I do have one. See, one message I want to give out is there are several musicians, very talented people, musicians, filmmakers, everyone. Stop relying on what the news feeds into your head, what the radio is feeding into your head, what Spotify adverts are coming to your head. It is going to be very tough, but try to bring in that culture within you to discover music for yourself. This is something our parents did. You know, we didn't have Spotify. I mean, our parents didn't have Spotify. They had records and they had cassettes.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was an event in a household for a certain cassette to come home, and then you'd listen to
Absolutely.
it. You know,
You're
so
talking to
that kind
somebody
of
who's
that kind of
celebrated it.
charm has been taken away from music and even films altogether. I mean, I might be asking too much over here, but it will be great if people seek music and develop their own taste instead of just consuming whatever has got the most number of views, and therefore you went and clicked on that YouTube video. One thing I'm observing, amongst most of our people is nobody's talking about whether the song was actually good or whether the film was good. People are saying, "Hey, this song got 1 million views in
Yeah,
4 hours. It got 10 million views in a day. Oh, this film made 100 crores in just month. It surpassed that film." See, all that is great, but we tend to forget that the film was made to entertain you, or the song was made to entertain you. So
correct.
forget those numbers. Just listen to the song, watch the film, and make your own opinion on it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Don't
Thank
go
you,
by the
thank you.
numbers.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a wonderful message. And there is another Tulsi who says hi. I'm sure you know.
Oh, hello, Tulsi.
Yeah. So we have lots more that we look forward to hearing from you in terms of music, in terms of other projects that you do. We shall
Most
be
definitely.
following you, DOSSMODE ID on Insta, everywhere. I'm sure all of them are already following you. That's why they are here. So
Right.
it's wonderful. Thank you so much for taking time out,
Thank
talking
you
to
so
us
much for
today.
having me here, Prithvi.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Lovely
We will
chat.
probably work someday again today, again someday, somewhere. I'm
100%.
hoping that.
Looking forward to
And
that day.
and I want live band performing
Yes.
someday at the finest side.
We'll do that for sure.
Yep,
We're more than happy to do that.
we shall plan that
We'll
for
give we'll have
June,
I'll
July.
discuss the further
Yeah,
details
we
with you.
discuss. Probably
Make
July
it
we
happen.
will plan a show. Friends, if you're
100%.
watching July, look at the calendar and we'll have a show there and you can come and watch him live. Thank you so much, and a
Thank
very
you
good
so much.